So, I am very excited to crack this Core 2021 box with you. Usually I go to a pre-release event and I open up these packs with a bunch of people around and we have a lot of fun, but since we're not having any pre-release events right now, I figured I'd have the second best thing and open a box of cards with you guys so we can all get in on the fun. There's a lot of big power cards in 2021, so I cannot wait to open this thing up and see what we got. So let's take a look. Raga! 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 Alright, well, that's the video, guys. I opened up 36 packs. Beautiful. So I am really hoping to open up a Teferi or an Ugin. If you guys are excited for any certain cards, let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to. If you opened some packs already, let me know what you pulled that you're really happy about. Also, a quick shout out to my local game store, Heart of the Game. They are on Rossler in West Seneca. Of course, I got the Buy a Box promo. Rin and Siri Inseparable. I am so excited to make a dog cat card with this. Also, Heart of the Game is giving out Love Your Local Game Store promos. And that would be Mechagodzilla, which I have an Artifact Commander deck, so can't wait to throw that in. So yeah, Heart of the Game, check them out. They sell singles. They do trade-ins for cash and credit. I'm not sure if they're taking trade-ins now because of the virus, but if you have anything that you are planning on trading in, just hold on to it till they're doing trade-ins again. I love going to this store. They treat people really nicely. They're very knowledgeable. All the people that work there, for the most part, play Magic the Gathering. So if you have any questions or just want to chat about something, they're always happy to have a conversation with you. That being said, let's get started. Let's move these around a little bit, get a little better view here. Hope you guys like my little Starboy mat. My friend Henry got me this. Love it. Oh, no pull tab on these. Okay. I saw some packs that came out of Japan that had the rare in the front, so I guess this is not going to be the case. Alright, let's see. I'm not going to pause on every single card, because, you know, I don't have 4.5 days, and I don't think you guys do either, so. Ooh. Chandra's Pyroling. I love that art. Spark Hunter Masticore. I have mixed feelings about this card. I think the discard card additional cost is a little bit, but you know, you can keep paying 1 to do damage to a Planeswalker over and over again. Like, it doesn't tap, so you can just do as many times as you want, which I think is pretty good. Alright, so we're going to start a pile, uncommons and commons, rare, land. Set these off to the side, and I love tokens, so just that trollish looking goblin, great. Alright. Yeet. Let's see. Crash Through, Sanguine Indulgence. Hey, another shock. Keep it in standard. Starting a petition. Witch's Cauldron. Sacrifice a creature, gain a life, and draw a card. Well, that's cool for a sack deck. I think for the 1 mana, I'd keep Witches up and in, though. Basri's Solidarity. Alright, I think this is the rare next. Rada. What does Rada do? As long as it's your turn, Rada, Heart of the Keld, has first strike. You may look at the top card of your library, and you may play lands from the top of your library. Oh, that's pretty dope. Ooh, and look at that swamp. That is fucking gorgeous. But yeah, this Rada is nice, especially with all the cards that are coming out that let you play additional lands. It's almost like Experimental Frenzy, but instead of giving the lands off the top of your deck, you can, or the regular spells off the top of your deck, and you just put the lands out. So it'll help with your ramping. Plus, I think there's another card that lets you cast goblins off the top. So if you have this and that card out, then you can pretty much have an Experimental Frenzy but not be limited to your hand. So that's pretty dope. And this swamp is really cool. I'd love to have all my swamps in my standard and commander decks with this art. Really nice. Yeet. Turn to slag. Destroy all equipment attached to that creature. And deal 5 damage to that creature. Cool. Dope, dope, dope. Oh, they reprinted Scorching Dragonfire. Forgotten Sentinel enters the battlefield tapped. Whenever you draw a card, put a 1/1 counter on. Oh, and it's a Simic card. That's pretty good. And the rare. Transmogrify, huh? Exile target creature. The creature's controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they review a creature card. That player puts the card onto the battlefield. Oh, it's like a Chaos Warp. Just not really as good. Alright. A bit of a slow start here, but we're going to get something. I feel it in my blood. Yeet. I like that they're printing more dinosaurs. Let's see. Llanowar Visionary. Oh, he replaces himself and taps for mana. He's a 2/2. That's not terrible. I don't know if I want to pay 3 for a mana dork, you know, late in the game. Maybe it's a good second turn play. Alright, I see something shiny, so let's see what that is in a second. Oh, this 9 lives card is cool. I know in Commander or Modern, there's a card that stops all your permanents from getting counters. So it's just like an infinite can't deal damage. You can't be dealt damage. So that's pretty cool. Garruk's Harbinger. That's a pretty card. Hexproof from black. Whenever Garruk's Harbinger deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, look at that many cards at the top of your library. You may reveal a creature card or Garruk planeswalker card from among them and put them in your hand. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a really pretty card, though. Wow. Oh, I opened it backwards. It's late. I'm recording this very late, so please don't judge me. Or if you do judge me, at least make it funny and put it in the comments. Chrome Replicator. Huh. If he enters the battlefield and you control 2 or more non-token, non-land permanents with the same name as one another. Oh, so it doesn't even have to be 2 Chrome Replicators. You could have 2 Llanowar Elves, if I'm reading that right? Or 2 of any card that are the same. Huh, interesting. I already see something fancy, but we're not going to jump to it. We're going to reveal the Demonic Embrace, which I could have swore was Demonic Tuner. Let's see. Enchant creature gets +3/+1 and flying and is a demon. I don't know if I saw a lot of demons in this set, but maybe they're going to print more in the next one. I also noticed there's a lot of Commander focus. Not even focus, but Commander love in this set, so maybe that'll just deal with that. Ooh, look at that scavenging ooze. Extended art. That is beautiful. Exile target creature from your graveyard. If it was a creature, put a 1/1 counter on it. And gain a life. Look at that. Not bad. Ba-da. Alright, Starboy. Show me some love. What do we got? Oh, Colossal Dreadmaw. Anybody who plays with me knows I love running jank. So, cards like Colossal Dreadmaw are totally one of my faves. Chandra's Pyroling, Kinetic Augur, and Sporeweb Weaver. Ooh, Spooters. Reach and hexproof from blue. Whenever Sporeweb Weaver is dealt damage, you gain 1 life and create a Saproling. A Saproling? I like that. And Eliminate, which is a shiny removal spell. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost. That's a good sideboard card, honestly. And it's shiny. Look at that Spectre. I didn't know they printed Dementor cards. Next. Next. Always cracking packs. Yeet. Celestial Enforcer. Lofty Denial. Counter target spell unless its controller plays 1. If you control a creature with flying, counter that spell unless it pays 4 instead. So I guess maybe against a Simic deck, or if you're playing a Simic deck and you play like Gilded Goose, this would be float the mana for the next turn type of thing. It has potential. Turn to nature. When it enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control. There is a 1-drop white card that has Vigilance, and if you gain, I think it's Vigilance and Lifelink, I can't remember, but it's a 1/1. If you have 7 or more life higher than your starting total, you get an Angel. So I thought that was that for a second. But Gnarled Sage, Sanctum of Shattered Heights. Well, that's interesting. Oh, these shrine cards are cool. Discard a land card or a shrine card. Sanctum of Shattered Heights deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, where X is the number of shrines you control. I don't know. I guess it's not a tap thing, so you could do it multiple times, but draw 3 cards, then discard a card. Volcanic Geyser. It's like a expensive fireball. Idol of Endurance. When Idol of Endurance enters the battlefield, exile all creature cards with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard until Idol of Endurance leaves the battlefield. And then for 2 mana, you can cast creature spells from among the cards that were exiled. Oh, that's cool. It's like a graveyard retrieval. That's pretty neat. I mean, who are they keeping out of there anyway? There we go. Hobble Fiend. Look at this ugly mug. Sacrifice another creature and put a 1/1 counter on it. It's good for those Rakdos sack decks. Sacrifice Liliana's Steward. Target opponent discards a card. Activate this ability only when you could have cast a sorcery. Drowsing Tyrannodon. As long as you control a creature with power 4 or greater, It can attack as though it didn't have Defender. There's a lot of stuff putting 1/1 counters out, too. Oh my god, Sky Scanner. I love this card. He's so dirtly. My first set that I ever bought was Dominaria, and when I opened a pack, I got one of these, and I swear to God, I thought it was the best card in the world, so I put 4 of them in pretty much every deck I made until I learned how to play Magic, you know? Radiant Fountain. You gain 2 life, and it taps for colorless. It's not a bad land to throw into an artifact deck. Or even a single color deck if you're like focusing around life gain. You'll definitely have like more effective ways to gain life, but Tormod's Crypt. Oh, Graveyard Hate. A lot of graveyard recursion, so I'm guessing that'll see some play. There's also Grafdigger's Cave, which is a little bit better. Furious Rise. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, exile the top card of your library. You can play that card until you exile another card with Furious Rise. Another Garruk's Harbinger. Oh, but we got a cool island. Look at that. Double the power of target creature till end of turn. Battle Rattle Shaman. And a temple. Ooh. Am I the only one that's mad about them reprinting temples so close to M20? I guess it's because they're gonna rotate, but come on. Alright, here we go. Snare Spinner. Spooter action. Ooh, a doggo. If you sacrifice him, another target creature you control gains indestructible. He's the best boy. Teferi's Tutelage. When you draw a card, target opponent mills 2 cards. Ooh, Mill's coming back. Another Garruk's Harbinger? Alright guys, I'm fucking over it. I do not need a playset of Garruk's Harbinger. Give me Garruk. I'll take Garruk. Alright, this one's gotta have something shiny in it. What do we got? Swing, 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 swing. Swing, swing, swing. Ooh, I like that art though. Like the border. A expensive Shipping Dragon. Havoc Gesture and Leafkin Avenger and Double Vision. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, you may double it. See, I think for 1 more mana, like I know it's double red, but you can use Thousand Year Storm, and it's 6, and then you can copy it multiple times. So I think it's a little bit of a better investment. I mean, you copy 1 spell for a 5 mana investment, especially in a red deck. Like, you're not gonna be spending a lot of mana. Hopefully you would get them, you would kill them by turn 5. So, I don't know. I got mixed feelings about the cards. If you guys have any specifications as to why it's better, other than it being in a different color, let me know. I have not played Magic in a long time, maybe since March. So I definitely could be overlooking something. So if you guys have some cool strategy that you thought of when you saw the card, let me know. Yo, Direfleet Warmonger looks cool with his little crazy monkey. Oh, sweet. Whenever you draw a card, this guy gets 2/2. Ah, Basri's Lieutenant. I saw the Basri and I thought it was the Planeswalker. Get out of here. Protection from multicolored. He enters the battlefield. You can put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. When he dies, or another creature dies, if it had a 1/1 counter on it, create a white knight. I guess that's okay. I don't really run knights that often, though. So far, we're whiffing a little bit. Yacht. Rewind looks cool. That's a really old art. I think that's from the Urza Saga. Malefic Scythe. Scythe. Skeith? Don't say Skeith. Malefic Scythe enters the battlefield with a soul counter on it. Equipped creature gets 1/1 for each soul counter. Whenever equipped creature dies, put a soul counter on it. Oh, so it like makes them stronger. So it's like a cursed scythe. Ooh, Veto of the Thorn Dusk Rose. I actually am a huge fan of this. I've been meaning to make a black or a black-white commander deck, and this dude has so much potential to get an infinite combo where you just drain them of life. And even in standard for 3 mana, like if you're playing the stupid sack deck, which I play, you're just gaining life twice, so they take damage twice. So it's just a really hardy combo, especially for 3 mana. And a 1/3 is like an okay blocker for turn 3. So it could slow it down if they're running red and they're attacking you with 1/1s or something like that. So very excited for Veto. And I will accept a shiny short sword. I want to collect all the holographics that I get that I won't use in decks like this. I want to make a tabletop out of it. So, and any shiny I can get my hands on, I accept thoroughly. Alright, so the Veto card picked it up a little bit. I was happy about that. Let's see what else we got. Prismite, Epitaph Golem, Sanctum of Tranquil Light, Sublime Epiphany. Choose 1 or more. Counter target spell, counter target activated ability or triggered ability. Return. See, the triggered ability I like. That way, you know, if it's something that like that one dinosaur, whenever you activate ability, draw a card, you could just blast it out really quick so they can't draw like an answer to it. Return non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token that's a copy of a creature you control. And a target player draws a card. So I know it's 6 mana and that's a big instant cost. But you do get to do all of these. So if you're playing a game like Commander, or a lot of standard games have been getting rolled out a little bit longer than, 6 or 7 turns, it could really pay off. It could really fuck their strategy up. And we got a Goblin Wizardry foil. Create 2 goblins with prowess. Like I said, it's shiny. I take it. I like the shiny. I like it the shiny. I like to do the cha-cha. Destructive Tampering. Garuk's Fat Boy. Thick Boy. Draw 2 cards, and each opponent discards 2 cards. Lame. Bolt Hound and a Temple of Mystery. A Temple of Mystery. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Awesome Powers is still relevant. Do not try to tell me otherwise. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Ooh, Mistral Singer. It's pretty. Cultivate is fun. I like that this is coming back into standard. And Thrashing Bronodon's here to stay. Teferi's Ageless Insight. If you would draw a card except for the first one you draw... Oh, see, this one with the other Teferi card that we opened, where if you draw a card they mill to, if you're just doing a draw strategy, you can mill them out pretty quickly. So that's pretty cool. A buddy of mine runs mill, and he does a pretty good job. He's running Demir, but that may change now with all these cards that are coming out, for sure. Plus the after rotation. I don't think we've pulled a single mythic yet. What is going on here? Opt. Keep opt in standard. Okay, there's something here. Whoa, buddy. Bing, bing, bing. Liliana, Walker of the Dead. Each player discards a card. Each opponent who can't loses 3 life. -3. Target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. So especially if this is late game, you're swamping out their big boy for sure. And for 7, you can get an emblem at the beginning of combat on your turn. Put target creature from your graveyard onto the battlefield, and it gains haste. So if that's at the beginning of combat, you have declared attackers, right? Yeah, so you can keep going. And then we got Sanctum of Stone Fangs in a foil. At the beginning of your pre-combat phase, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the number of shrines you control. But it's legendary, so unless you're running multiple, like if you're running, you know, Rainbow, I don't know if it would be worth it all that much. I guess it's only a 2 mana shrine, so I don't know. Could work out, could not. Alright, so we got a Liliana. Let's see if we can get that Ugin that we're waiting for. Another Sublime Epiphany. Ooh, a foil Scorching Dragonfire. That's nice. I use this card in some of my standard decks, so I will take that. Yeet. Ooh, got him. Liliana Steward with the fancy background or border. Sanctum of All. See, this is a fun card. Oh, I see. So the shrines are meant to be played in 5 colors. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library and or graveyard for a shrine card and put it onto the battlefield. In an ability of another shrine, if you control triggers while you control 6 or more shrines, that ability triggers an additional time. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a lot of investment to get those shrines to trigger, but like I said, I love running jank, so if throwing shrines on the battlefield to gain some life and draw a card or 2 is what happens, then give me a damn shrine, buddy. Bust out the incense. Alright, let's see here. Rise Again. Colossal Dreadmaw. I think there should be a subtext on here. You may have as many Colossal Dreadmaws in your deck as you would like. It's like the rat colony of dinosaurs. It's just a bunch of 6/6 trample boys. The Thick Boys. Witch's Cauldron. Oh yeah, we saw that already. Witch's Oven's better. Wait, did that say draw card? Sacrifice, gain a life, and draw a card is nothing to shake a stick at. Alright, here comes the rare. Schwap. Hooded Blight Fang. That was my nickname in high school. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch attacks, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals damage to a planeswalker, destroy that planeswalker. I think Death Touch Tribal might be kind of fun. Especially if you're running the Veto of the Dusk Rose guy. So you would attack, you'd gain a life, and they'd lose a life, and they'd lose another life for each time you gained life. Interesting. Riddle form, that looks cool. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may have Riddle form become a 3/3 Sphinx. I guess that's better than, or I mean, that's not as good as making one. It becomes one, but I don't know. Maybe you're running non-creature spells and you need a recurring creature. I don't know. Ooh, Elder Gargaroth. This is a good card. For 5 mana, you get a 6/6 with Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. And when it attacks or blocks, so that's multiple times. If it attacks or blocks, so you could potentially get a trigger each turn. Create a beast, gain life, or draw a card. Very nice. And a foil, Return to Nature. Shiny! Ouch. Alright, so that's 2 mythics. 2 pretty good pulls. Let's see what else we can pull out of the bag, though. I want a Eugene. Experimental Overload. Create an XX blue and red weird creature token, where X is the number of instants and sorceries in your graveyard. That'd be a cool combination with Ral. Like a Ral Izzet Spellslinger deck. Another Scavenging Ooze. That's pretty dope. Be nice if it was the extended art. But I'll take a Scavenging Ooze. It's not bad. So far we got Liliana and the big old Gargaroth. Oh, and a Spined Megalodon. Look at this sucker. Whenever a Spined Megalodon attacks, scry 1. Not worth it. Very cool art, though. Chandra's Magma. Tap and deal damage to a target player or planeswalker. That's almost like Firebrand. Fanatical Firebrand. Just like without the haste, a little higher cost. But, you know, nothing wrong with a pinger if you got to get in for that one little bit of damage. Oh, Palladium Mirror. I didn't realize. I have this in all my Modern and Commander artifact decks. It's it's an auto include. Like, this is a really good mana dork. Another Cultivate. Sanctum of Fruitful Harvest. Beginning your pre-combat main phase, add X mana to any one color, where X is the number of shrines you control. Oh, I got shrines, buddy. Pursued Whale, huh? You get a 1/1 pirate creature. When it enters the battlefield, spells your opponent cast that target it cost 3 more. That's a 7-drop, though. Thick Boy. It's a thick boy. Yeet. Oh, that's a demon. Enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature. 5/5 with flying and trample. Enthralling Hold. And Joel Ryle, Mwanvulu Recluse. Interesting. When you draw your second card each turn, create a cat. Well, it would fit into the dog cat deck. Ooh, and a pretty little forest. And a beast. Alright, guys, we got about 8 left. Maybe 9. So let's send some good vibes here. Come on, Starboy. What do you got for me? The Wish Coin Crab. I'd love to make a crab tribal deck. Let me know if you guys know any crab tribal decks. Fairy's Tutelage. Massacre Worm. Oh, that's pretty good. I'll take a Massacre Worm. When it enters the battlefield, creature your opponent controls get -2/-2, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life. This could seal out a game, and like I said, in Standard, the games have been lasting a little bit longer, so if they're running even if they're running the Knights that are creating the 2/2 tokens, this will swamp them all out, and they'll lose the 2 life for each one. Like, that's pretty good. And he's so big, you could just swing in, and like they either have to block and lose 6 life, or they'll lose 2 life if they block. It's a good... Oh my god, look at this. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. I like these more than the Theros lands. Very cool. Cool. Oh, you know what? I think I have more than I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Man, I still got 11. Come on, baby. Give me something good, something good. By the way, I rubbed the Starboy and I got the Massacre Worm and the Foil Mountain. Something to it. Sabertooth Mauler is a cute boy. Oh, here's the other shrine. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you can draw X cards, where X is the number of shrines you control. If you do, discard a single card. So if you have multiple shrines, you can draw 4, but only discard 1. And... oh, Gadrak. This is the guy that you can attack unless you have 4 more artifacts, but for 3 mana you get a 5/4 with flying, and during your end step you get a treasure token for mana, so that's cool. Ooh, and the foil scavenging ooze. That is a dope pack right there. I almost got a playset of scavenging ooze now too. I can make an ooze tribal deck with the bio ooze from the Simic, whatever Ravnica set that was. Something of Ravnica. Rattatica. What is that Pokemon? Spined Megalodon. Track down. I don't even care. Oh, yeah, Solemn Simulacrum's in this, too. Hopefully I can pull one of them suckers. Waker of Waves. Look at that fish. Oh, it's a whale. Come on. Be respectful. Creatures your opponent controls get -1/-0. You can discard Waker of Waves. For 2 mana, look at the top cards of your library and put one of them in your hand. Oh, so if it's like too early in the game for you to drop this guy, you can at least basically cycle him, but just a little bit better than a cycle. And another Massacre Worm. Get out of Dodge with the pretty planes. 2 Massacre Worms. That's insane. Almost in a row. Like, come on, that's just mwah. Mwah. No, not that. Oh, baby. I'm having too much trouble with these packs, I swear. Eat. Feet of Resistance. Y'all know the deal. We're starting to pick up a little bit. I already read most of the cards. Soul Seer and a Ruined Halo. For 2 mana, choose a card name. You have protection from that chosen card name. That's interesting. So if they have a big trampoline boy, you can get protection from them, or if there's It's a card, so it's not even a creature. So if they have a card that's draining you of life or something like that, I guess that's pretty cool. I don't know how I would utilize that though. Because it gives you protection, it doesn't give your stuff protection. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe like if you have Shroud, don't all your creatures have Shroud? So if you have protection from a card name, do all the things you own have? Or that you control have protection from it? Well, that's the cool little art. You can put whatever you want here. Is thick boy is the flavor text. Glorious Anthem. You know, that's actually a pretty good Anthem card. For 3 mana, your creatures get +1/+1. It's an early game Anthem, and playing it's not going to put you super far behind because it's only turn 3. Or if you're doing like Selesnya, maybe even turn 2. So not bad. And a foil Staunch Shield Mate, which is pretty much a useless card, but still shiny. Shiny and staunchy. Staunch Shield Mate, the staunchiest of all. Can someone please come and help me with these packs? I can't. Okay, that one was pretty easy. That one was pretty easy. Okay. Here we go. Cards go flipping one by one. Hurrah. Run afoul. Target opponent sacrifices a creature with flying. Okay. Sanctum of the Stone guys. Thrashing Brownell dude. Thieves Guild Enforcer with Flash. Whenever the Enforcer or another rogue enters the battlefield, each opponent mills 2 cards. Oh, maybe like a Dimir rogue mill deck? That'd be kind of cool. As long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, it also gets +2/+1. So if you're milling them, you're basically playing a 3/2 for 1 mana, and then they mill. Oh, that's so dope. And a foil capture sphere. I think Capture Sphere is a good like limited card, like if you're doing a draft or if you're playing sealed, but I don't think I would ever put it in a constructed deck. It is shiny. And I've always had an affliction for shiny boys. Prismite. I keep flipping a little too far. So, you didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Alright, here we go. We got Ghostly Pilferer. Whenever Ghostly Pilferer becomes untapped, you can pay 2 mana to draw a card. Hey, blue draws you cards. That's nice. Whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere other than their hand, draw a fat one. Or you can discard a card and it can't be blocked this turn. Pew, 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 pew. And I got a foil Griffin Airy. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain 3 or more life, create a 2/2 boy. Flying Griffin boy. A Buckbeak. Yeet. Revitalize. I see that they reprinted Deathbloom Thallid, and then they made the spider with Saprolings. It'd be cool if they like brought Slimefoot back and the Tenderfoot Dryad, something like that. Saprolings were a fun thing to do when Dominaria was around. When it enters the battlefield, 2 damage to any target, and it's a mana rock. That's pretty expensive for 5. Alright, and then the rare is Heroic Intervention. That's not bad. And it's all permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible, so you can just swing on in. Or if like someone tries to like target it, or even just do like a Like a removal spell, yeah. If someone tries to target with a removal spell or something like that, you can just fizzle it out and then swing in or something. It's a good card. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you do. Alright guys, we're on our last 4 here. Give me one more, like, really nice pull. Like Extended Art Solemn Simulacrum or something like that. Give me an Ugin, give me a Teferi, give me something. Something to work with. A Garruk's Uprising. That looks kind of cool. Enters the battlefield if you control a creature with 4 or greater, draw a card. It's an enchantment. Creatures you control have trample. Whenever a creature with 4 enters the battlefield, draw a card. Oh, that's pretty good. That's not terrible. And Tolarian Kraken. That's interesting. Whenever you draw a card, pay 1 mana. Then if you do, you can tap or untap a creature. Feline Sovereign. Other cats get 1/1 and have protection from dogs. Whenever 1 or more cats you control deal combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment. Classic green. But that would also go good with Rin and Syria, the Inseparable. Green, red, white, right? So you play this and you get a dog. Yeah. It adds to the dog flavor text. Did he just say dog flavor? Neat. Fierce Empath. And a Chandra's Incinerator. Ooh, with the alternate art. That's really cool. And it costs X less to cast, where X is the total amount of non-combat damage dealt to your opponent this turn. So if you're running mono red with Cavalcade of Calamity, let's see, if you swing turn 4 or turn 3 and ping, I don't know, 3 times, 1 of them or 2 of them are going to be a Scorch Spitter, you're going to put this out for 2 or 3 mana, which is insane. And whenever a source you control would deal non-combat damage, this deals that much damage to a creature or planeswalker that player is as well. So if you swing with the Cavalcade out and you deal 3 non-combat damage, this will also deal 3 instances of 1 non-combat damage. So you can swing and then have this deal the damage to whatever you think would block or you don't want to block and kill it before they declare blockers. So you can get more stuff through and you can protect your stuff. It's just this is a great addition to red. Very great addition. All right, 2 more. Honestly, Chandra's Incinerator was a good pull. Let's see what else we got. Alright, Silver Smoked Ghoul. We got a Necromentia. Choose a card name other than a basic land. It's like Unmoored Ego, except they get zombies. I don't know. Dimir Unmoored Ego was a little bit better. But with it rotating out, I think this is a good sideboard card if you're trying to get rid of something that's a big threat before it even hits the battlefield. Alright guys, this is the last pack. Let Starboy bless this pack. Come on, baby, what do we got? Alright, we got the Doggo. Basri Solidarity, another Spark Hunter Masticore, and that's it. Well, that's not a terrible pull. So we did not get the Ugin this time around, but we did get some pretty cool pulls We got Spark Hunter Masticore. This one I'm really happy about. The Chandra's Incinerator. 2 Massacre Worms, which is just, and Gadrak. The Scavenger Ooze, the Fancy Mountains, the Fancy Lands, the Elder Gargaroth. I almost forgot about him. Liliana is just great. Vito, right? Yeah, that's some pretty good pulls. The Extended Art Scavenging Ooze, really dope. Garruk's Harbinger with the pretty art. Some good stuff. So, alright guys, that was the unboxing. Thanks for watching the whole thing with me. I really appreciate it. Another quick shout out to Heart of the Game for, being somewhere that's close, local, and reliable, and friendly, and genuinely fun to shop at.